Good afternoon, Monarch fans, and welcome to a special edition of Monarch Monday on Sports Talk with Rags. Here, as we are here, joined by the men's head basketball coach, Mike Jones. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Sure, no problem, and appreciate your time. Come Monday, four weeks from Monday, ready to tip it off for real.
Yes, sir. We are excited. We're working hard. Uh, it's almost like a kid waiting for Christmas. It
Right.
seems like it's taking forever, but there's a lot of work to be done. So we got our nose to the ground right now. We're working really hard.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And I know when Elizabeth and I came to the workout there, before the parking lots opened there for Virginia Tech ODU, that was definitely a great introduction here for fans to get the excitement going with watching the team work out.
Yeah, we wanted an opportunity to get in front of our fans without it being, a competition. It was, we were focused for that hour and just in terms of just being able to get some work done. But the biggest thing for us was having fans have a chance to see us, have a
Right.
chance to see us. And the interaction that we were able to have with fans before and after was pretty cool. But just having an opportunity for our fan base to see us and hopefully like what they see and get excited about the season. I know our players truly appreciated as many fans that showed up for that. That was pretty cool for them. Most of them for this being the first time that they've had an ODU jersey on with fans in the building.
Right. Yes, and the other thing is there at the beginning of September, definitely college athletics. A big thing is fundraising, but one of the things that ODAF does is does a golf tournament for each sport, and I know with my brother, my nephew, and one of our friends that made up a foursome. Just talked about how it was nice to see the players there at the first hole, the 10th hole, the 18th hole, to greet us. And then a couple of them, sat with us there during the lunch. So it was a great way where the players can interact with the fans.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that I would want people to know is I'm hoping the level of excitement from the fans for our team is at an all-time high, and we want to even keep raising that bar. But for them to all understand that we're as excited to be in their presence as well. So, having our kids at the golf tournament, being, like I said, being able to interact with families that same weekend at the open practice before and after. I just think there's a huge energy that our kids have and then our fan base has, and they match each other. Like it's cool to see. I know how excited I am, and I get just as excited because the team is locked in on that as well.
Yes, and then I know that yesterday was a deadline for renewals. I know that Elizabeth and I have already renewed our tickets, but at this point forward, there's still opportunities there for people to buy tickets not only for the men's program but the women's program as well.
Yeah, I mean it. Again, I'm sitting here like I can look out my window right here and watching Coach D conduct her practice. Um, there is an energy inside Mitchum that is just it's contagious. Like you walk in here every morning and you can just feel it. And we pray that it translates into a lot of success. But what we're doing right now, the dog days of the fall, so to speak, in terms of preparing for November 4th, but we're enjoying it. Our guys are ready to play against somebody else. I know that for sure. Playing against each other every day, and every college basketball program is going through that. But for our fans, just to know how excited we are to step on the court, and anybody that's still considering, do I have the time? Is this going to be something that I want to see? I encourage you get your tickets and get season tickets. But if you don't want to get season tickets, buy a ticket to the first game on November 4th and allow, forget, what the season is going to be like. Just allow our young men to truly show you how passionate they are to represent you all and this university. If that's not enough to get you to buy more tickets, then I'm not sure. But I think our guys are going to make our fan base very proud.
Yeah, and we'll talk about at the end where people can go online or make a call, but even with that first home game on November 4th, then the first road trip, they're that weekend going to Arizona, and before you guys come home, when you guys come back to Virginia, having a road game at Radford. And I know with Odell being from Martinsville, and even Coach Purnell, used to coach at Radford, and Dr. Hephel, used to be president there. So a nice little road game there when you come back after Arizona.
Yeah, well, I just so everybody's clear, every team on our schedule, like we there's not a game more important than whatever the next game is.
Right.
So obviously, right now we are locked in on Buffalo, locked in on our home opener. We're going to go out to Arizona, and again, we're going to play as well as we possibly can. We're going to prepare as well as we possibly can, and hopefully that brings us success. And then we're going to come back, and after that long trip out to Arizona, we're gonna play Radford at Radford, and I know Coach Nichols. I know how great of a program he's building there. I know that he, last year they were off to a great start. They beat West Virginia. They beat another, bigger program, so to speak, and they ran into a lot of injuries. They're a good program, and for us to be able to go on the road and test ourselves against teams like Arizona and against teams like Radford, I think definitely gives us all the information we need to prepare for a Sun Belt Conference season. And everybody needs to understand that ultimately we all know that those are the goals. We want to win every game we play. We're going to try to win every game we play.
Right.
But in the preseason and the early season, the non-conference, all of that is to prepare us to compete as well as we possibly can for a Sun Belt championship. And that'll be the culture around here. That'll be the goal, that Sun Belt Conference, as long as we're in the Sun Belt Conference, we're going to be trying to win that championship.
Right. Yes, and the other thing is with James Madison, back being in the Sun Belt, and coastal, Myrtle Beach, so we even have some schools, even Georgia Southern and Georgia State, have some schools here in conference that's just a drive away, and especially with renewing the rivalry of Old Dominion JMU like the CAA days.
Yeah, I mean college basketball, college athletics. Everybody. It seems like every week there's somebody that's announcing that they're moving to another conference or whatever. I don't care. I just tell us who we got to play, where we got to play, when we got to play, and we're going to come together as a staff and do the best job we can to prepare our guys to go and be successful playing those teams. So, I don't think the realignment and the shuffling of conferences is going to stop anytime soon. So why worry about it? Why pay any attention to it? Just again, I know who's in the Sun Belt this season, and we're going to play everybody but Troy, and we're going to try to win every game we play. And that's all I'm worried about. I'll let the people that get to make those decisions worry about the other part.
Yeah. And then also, Elizabeth and I were looking forward to, in another way that fans can get to know the players and the coaches on a personal level, is there on October 9th, where there's a meet and greet with the team there in the they're in the blue room there at Chartway Arena.
Yeah. Monarch Mingle is next Wednesday, a week from yesterday, and we are looking forward to that. So again, it's another opportunity for us to get in our fan base, in our community, and if you can't tell, that's something that I'm truly, truly, truly invested in making sure that we do. I'm proud of the young men that we have here. As we continue to go on, we're going to recruit young men that we're going to be proud to have here. So I think every opportunity we get to get in front of our fan base and have our fan base really, truly feel like they know our players and have had the opportunity to interact with them and see what great young men they are. We're going to take advantage of every opportunity we have to do that, whether it be doing things in the community, elementary schools, youth foundations, speaking to the Norfolk Sports Club, the Chesapeake Sports Club, the Virginia Beach Sports Club, whoever. We're going to be out and about and doing that because, again, this is a special place. This the 757, the Tidewater area, and then Norfolk specifically is a special place to be. And we want our fans to know how much we do recognize that.
Yes, and on the heels of it being a special place, I mean, it's I had Jeff Furman on a previous episode and Dave Twardzik, coming on, and I know that this coming basketball season, is a anniversary there on the championship team there from 74-75 season, and then you and Petey, when you guys were seniors, it's coming up on y'all's 30th 30th season from when you wore the Monarch uniform.
Yeah, I will always, always, always feel like, those times are what we're drawing on now. Like, from Jeff Furman's teams and Dave Twardzik's teams to Wilson Washington and Joel Copeland, Kenny Gaddison and Mark West and Chris Gatlin, all the way through Anthony Carver, all those guys, all the way through our era, and then the guys that have come after us, whether it be, Alex Loudon and, Kent Bazemore and Ahmad Caver and like just the Stith boys, and just all of those guys that have had, a great amount of success here. I just think it's so cool. We've had as many guys as we possibly can come back, watch our workouts this summer. We had Cal Bowdler come up. Cal Bowdler texted myself and a couple of other coaches the other day just saying, hey, checking in after practice got started, how we're looking. Just having that energy back. Mike Byers is still here locally. Like every chance Mike gets, he wants to check in and see how our guys are doing. So, again, that means something to us. Like all of these guys that I just mentioned, they all won in an ODU uniform. Like they know what it's capable of. And, in my mindset, they know what it's supposed to be. And again, if we just keep instilling that in our players to know that putting that jersey on means something, representing the school means something. And again, I'm happy to be here. They're happy to be here, and we're working our rear ends off to do the best we can to represent the school the right way, and that's by winning.
Yeah, and the other thing is with Elizabeth and I meeting with you and Stacy and Odell, and meet with Mike Byers. I mean, it's being part of this program. You don't have to be teammates, and as long as, like you were just talking about, wearing the uniform and being part of the program, it's kind of like a family. And here you are,
it is a family. It's not kind of like a family. It is a family. Yeah. And I think that's something that we've done. We've been very intentional about making sure that everyone, like all the eras of ODU basketball, that they feel welcome. That they feel like this is their home, and that whether it be you played here 50 years ago or you played here last year, like once you put that jersey on, once you coached this team, once you were a manager for this team, like this is something that you have contributed to, and I think that should always be honored. And because of our mindset, we want all of these guys to feel like they're comfortable. I mean, we're literally doing everything we can. We have these pins that
Yeah.
we're giving out, and it says Monarch Basketball Family. Like, Mark, you've been such a great supporter. You have one of those pins. I mean,
Yes.
it's like that means something. And
Right.
anybody that I ever see wearing that pin, I'm going to know they're part of what our family is. And just know that, I mean, that means a lot to us. Again, when you talk about culture, like, there's a lot of things we'll do on the court that contribute to our culture, but that family vibe off the court is one of the things that we hold most dear.
Right. Yes. And Elizabeth and I, definitely appreciate when you gave us each a pin, and definitely excited. And the other thing is, with being the second alum to lead lead the program.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Purnell means everything to me.
Right.
I wish I could talk to him a little bit more than I get a chance to, but I mean, he is somebody who, it wasn't easy.
Right.
I was his first recruit after he got the job,
Oh.
and then I didn't play my freshman year.
Mm.
I played a little bit, but not as much as a young 17, 18-year-old kid thought he should play.
Right.
And then you know what? I played one more minute my sophomore year than I did my freshman year. So in today's age, like, you're definitely leading, you're transferring,
Right.
and I definitely considered it. But my family didn't raise a quitter. I didn't raise somebody that was going to run from challenges and obstacles. So I just kept working, kept working, kept working, and circumstances worked out for me too. I wound up starting my junior year and having a really good junior year. And then if you think about it, like, Coach Purnell and I had gone through our ups and downs, and
Right.
me not feeling like he believed in me, but he taught me how to fight. He taught me how to persevere. He taught me to be resilient. And then he left. right, right when I thought, like, oh my gosh, like, the sun is shining as bright as it possibly can, he goes and takes a job at Dayton, and I was
Right.
heartbroken.
Right.
There was, again, like, I'm say it all the time, like, we didn't always see eye to eye. I didn't always agree. I always thought I should be on the court. I was wrong, but you couldn't tell me that back then. And finally, when I turned the corner with him, he up and goes somewhere else. And again, that was a tough pill to swallow. But Coach Capel comes and in a day and age where most coaches in that scenario would have went with younger guys they brought in, and, like, literally tried to build that way. Myself, Petey Sessoms, and David Harvey were the three seniors, and he brought us in, and he said, "Look, I'm going to ride with you guys. I'm going to, like, this is your team. I get to coach you for a year, and I'm going to make this the best experience you possibly can have. And as long as you guys do what you're supposed to do, I promise you that." And he was a man of his word. And I could not, I remember just after the fact, just thinking about how blessed we were to have him as our coach, because he did not have to handle it that way. And then if you talk about just how he treated us, how he taught us, how he led us, how he mentored us, I could not have been around a better person, a better coach. So being able to draw on my experiences with both of those head coaches, and then all of the guys that coach with them,
Right.
they've had such a huge impact on my thinking and my philosophy and my approach to the game as a assistant coach and a head coach. Um, I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for Coach Purnell. I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for Jeff Cape.
Yeah, and with your previous stop with being an assistant, at Virginia Tech, when you guys would go play Pitt, I mean, there you see Capel's boys, one leading the Pitt program, the other one, helping his brother, and you probably remember seeing them come up to the field house as kids playing against you guys when their dad was coaching you.
Yeah, I mean, when younger Jeff,
Yeah.
we played against each other every day. Like, when he was home for the summer, that summer, going into my senior year, he was already at Duke, and, like, we played against each other. We either played 1-on-1 or we
Right.
played 2-on-2 with Jason and Dave Harvey, like,
Yeah.
literally every day.
Right.
And we'd be in there and we'd be going at it. And I don't forget those days. Jason and Jeff don't forget those days either. And yes, when our paths cross, we always talk about his mom.
Right.
She was, again, as incredible to me as anybody could be. We always talk about how proud his dad is of him and
Yeah.
how proud his dad is of me, and the fact that we are trying to carry on a legacy that he, obviously being their dad, that they're carrying on. But then obviously I feel like I'm one of his kids too. So, and I'm doing everything I can to make him proud of the coach I am, because I know how much his coaching and leading and mentoring to me meant.
Right. Well, hey, Mike, I know that things are busy, and appreciate your time for coming on and getting ready for the season. And I know for people that want tickets can go to odusports.com, click on tickets, follow the steps, or call 683-4444 and select two, and that will take you. So get your tickets, fans, or definitely plan on coming out to Monarch Mingle. They're on October 9th, and then definitely the home opener there on November 4th. So I know that Elizabeth and I definitely ready for the season to get going.
Yeah, so I appreciate it again, Mark. I think one of the things that is just tremendous is your support for our program. So I want to thank you for that. And again, please, if you can make it to Monarch Mingle on the 9th, we'd love to see you. But to me, like I said, Christmas for me, no offense to my faith in Jesus Christ's birth, but Christmas for me is going to be November 4th. And, I hope that we get a lot of people that want to pack Chartway, do everything they can to will us on and give us that energy to push us on to victory. And then the next day, please go out and vote. Um, I don't care who you're going to vote for. Please have your beliefs, and let's go out and have an impact on what the future of our city, the future of our state, the future of our country is going to be. So I encourage everybody to do that. So take the 4th, come root on the Monarchs,
Yeah.
sleep in a little bit, and then go cast your vote on the 5th.
Right. Yeah. Well, hey, Mike, appreciate your time, and tell Stacy we said hi, and go
Yes,
Monarchs.
yes, sir. See you,
All
Mark.
right. See you.